Hello? I bet you didn't expect to hear from me again so soon. You see, when I made my 3,000 subscriber special on mix packing, I had decided that topic through a poll on my Discord server. However, the losing choice still calls to me, so here I am, right now, with the only tier list you'll ever need. I will be judging all the playables currently in the game, which means up until Trike, and I'll be judging them by the only metric that matters: how cute they are when they are babies. That's right, this is a juvie tier list, and accordingly, we'll be using my own template for this tier list, which you guys can also use to make your own juvie tier list by checking the description below. But this isn't about your opinions, it's about mine, so let's dive right into it. Okay, that about sums it up. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my video. That's all, folks. Wait, you mean you guys want me to make an actual tier list? Shit. Well, fine, okay, I'll make an actual tier list. Twist my arm, why don't you? Anyway, I'm just going to go in random order just to bother as many people as possible, so we're starting with Dilo. It's honestly kind of a rat, but unlike most of the adults that are rat bastards, they're actually kind of cute. Their calls are basically all just cute versions of the adult calls, except the F call that's very different in a good way. The begging animation as a hatchling is also deceptively cute, and almost makes you forget that this thing is going to grow up to be a problem. Ultimately, I'm going to have to put this thing in B tier to start off this list. Next up is Stego. These guys are very adorable as babies. They look like they don't have a thought behind those eyes, and we can forgive them for that. Their calls are also pretty adorable, especially their forecall with the obvious Jurassic Park inspiration. A very solid juvie all around, and our first entry into S tier. Gallimimus. Definitely one of the best juveniles in the game. One of the cutest things by far. It has some of the cutest calls in the game, coupled with the fact that it will run at comical speeds, makes every juvie galley encounter entertaining. Even their jump noise is cute. Galley easily ranks in as an S tier juvie. Troodon. The thing. Now this one is probably going to ruffle some feathers. While Troodon in general has a lot of cute cat-like animations, and the naturally cuter juvie will share in these, juvie Troodon otherwise just doesn't have a whole lot going for it. Its small stature and bug-eyed expression can be endearing, but it's really just not all that much cuter to look at than an adult Troodon. Couple that with the fact that its calls are pretty similar to its adult, but with the only distinct call being an annoying one call, means that I can't in good conscience rank Troodon high on this list. It's definitely still cute, but it's far less cute than others on this list, so I'm putting it in the C tier. Now we get to Hipsy. Those of you who have watched my speedruns for Hipsy are probably pretty familiar with this little guy from just how many I had to throw off cliffs or drown in rivers, which was a damn shame because they are so cute. They look like little songbirds and can be super colorful as babies. Their begging sounds like a baby bird chirping, and most of their calls sound like funny little screams. Bonus points for being the smallest thing in the game, too. A very solid juvie, but not quite among the best. A tier. Next up is the Bonker. Packy juvies are very adorable, but they are also known menaces and tend to have a rap sheet long before they can even be tried in court as adults. Their calls are mostly pretty cute, especially their little scream they do with their forecall. They are also comically fast at this age, so watching them zooming around in between their sanctuary death matches is pretty entertaining. Another very solid juvie that belongs in A tier. It's Tenoclaw. These guys look pretty cute, and they're one of the few playables in the game that have unique hatchling calls instead of only juvie calls. But they don't have too much else going for them. Their one call is also very not cute. Everything combined, this makes Tenno one of the weaker juvies. Well, at least in terms of cuteness. I'm going to have to place it down in C tier. The Iguana. These guys are certainly more cute to look at than their adult counterparts, and sure sound a whole hell of a lot more cute. That said, they aren't all that cute. They'd find their home in C tier, if it wasn't for one thing. They have one of the funniest 4 calls in the game. It's just some kind of monkey screech, which is absolutely perfect for the treetop assassin. This bumps Herrera up to B tier. The Dibble. A very round potato, this little guy also looks like he doesn't have a whole lot going on in that big skull of his. They look precious. They have fantastic calls, and watching 2 little potatoes go at it is always pure fun. What's not to love? Baby Diablos have it all and easily earn their spot in S tier. Then we have Omni. These are some vile creatures when they grow up, but as babies they're just silly little guys that are equally vicious to their adult counterparts, but because they are incapable of backing it up, they come across quite cute. They are also one of the few dinos that have unique hatchling calls. While their calls are incredibly cute, I just can't bring myself to put them among the top tier. Perhaps it's overexposure, or perhaps their juvie model just isn't enough, but they remain very adorable and are very solid A tier juvies. Maya. This is another obviously adorable juvie. Its model is insanely cute, every one of its calls is cute, and their running animation is pretty funny when they're tiny little hatchlings. I simply cannot think of a single downside here. Another absolute banger from the devs, and an easy S tier. I think we've gone into this list long enough without hitting a sour spot, so it's time to talk about Juvie Terra. It's just not really that cute. At least not in comparison to the other Juvies in the game right now. I mean, sure, it's still cute, and it's certainly more cute than an adult Terra, but it's just really not got anything going for it. It's going to have to go down into D tier. Maybe some of you will disagree with me on this, but that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. And for another sour spot, Dino. It's certainly a cute baby gator, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have any juvie calls. Not like any of the others on this roster do at any rate. It has adorable little gator noises for its hatchling calls, but it very quickly transitions into adult calls. If you're not nested in, you only get the hatchling calls for a very brief time, and having your cuteness limited this way irks me greatly. For this reason, I've gotta put Dino in C tier. Now we jump back to a classic juvie, Karna. This guy's become absolutely iconic. It's got little nub horns, big ol' eyes, and some adorable calls. Its 4 calls sound so pathetic, I love it. It's also got the funniest begging animation in the game. Baby Carnos hold a special place in this game's history, and it should come as no surprise that they're going to be placed in S tier on my list. The King, the Dryo. You guys probably already know by now that I love this little guy even as an adult, so it should come as no surprise that I really love this little guy as a juvie. It's one of the few to get unique hatchling calls. Literally every single one of its calls are cute, and it just looks like an absolute cutie pie. There was no choice with this one. Dryo is a natural born S tier on every list imaginable, and this one is no exception. Beppy, Beepy, the Danger Duck. This guy is pretty cute in general, if a bit feisty, so it's no surprise that his juvie stage takes it up a notch. The calls are pretty cute, and like Hipsy, they can be quite colorful. Not to mention, their normally vicious attacks become adorable when they are babies. But honestly, Beppy's juvie model itself isn't really all that cute if not for how small it is. Definitely a cute guy, but I'm going to have to put Beppy in B tier. Tricycle. The other potato, though this one is more oblong than Diablo. Most of Trike's calls are insanely cute, it looks silly when it runs, and it can even spar and play around just like Diablo babies can. But unfortunately, it's just not as cute as baby Diablo is. The 3 call is very not cute, and the begging leaves a lot to be desired. Despite all its positives, its shortcomings are just enough to keep it out of S tier. Thus, Trike is a solid A tier juvie. And finally, Serato. Odds are, most of you don't know this, but I've said before that it was Juvie Serato on the Isle Legacy that got me hooked on this game. I've also said before that if the developers ever made a plushie of the Serato Juvie model, then I, as a grown-ass man, would buy at least one, no matter the price tag. The devs weren't just cooking when it came to Serato's Juvie stage, they were making a grand feast Baby Seratos are insanely cute in everything they do. Their calls are all amazing. The broadcast is an adorable attempt at sounding big and scary. The two-call is endearing, and their chuffing is precious. I miss the days when juvie Seratos would automatically chuff around bodies like adults do, because it would be so cute to see 2 or 3 baby Seratos chuffing over some corpse because the players didn't know how to stop chuffing. Even the charge bite sounds like it's trying so hard to be big and scary, just like the broadcast, but very clearly it's not. Couple all this with the fact that they run kinda slow and silly makes for an excellent juvie. But wait, there's more. Serato has the best begging animation in the entire game, and I don't anticipate that it will ever be dethroned. The greedy, gluttonous little shits will sit there and snap their jaws at their parents. They are so full of personality, it's wonderful. With all of this in mind, I can't just put Serato in S tier. It's in a league of its own right now, and therefore, it gets to be the sole inhabitant of the top tier, hereby dubbed Serato tier. Maybe future releases will shake up my tier list, and I would really love to see some more juvies have as much personality and cute factor as Serato as the game develops. But for now, this is going to be my tier list. I know that my opinions are always correct, but I'm also curious to know what your favorite juvie is. And, as a reminder, if you want to use this template to make your own tier list, there is a link in the description below. That's all from me for now, folks. My next video is going to be more of my usual business, for those of you who are sick of hearing me speak, but I hope that between my mix pack video and this tier list video, I was able to entertain most of you. These kinds of videos aren't really in my wheelhouse, and making them has been a learning experience for me. I'm always trying new things when I make videos, even if it's not the kind of things that you guys might notice, such as in how I edit things. But trying new kinds of videos is something I'd mentioned before, and I will continue trying to make different kinds of videos in the future. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed watching this one, and I hope to see you again soon. Take it easy. Oh, did you guys expect me to put Rex on this list? Well, here's where I rank Juvie Rex.